last one, we got an SEC start bench guy, Shaquille O'Neal, Anthony Davis out.
Start Shaquille O'Neal. It's kind of hard. They all bigs, right? Start Shaquille O'Neal. Bench Anthony Davis and cut Al Horford.
Hey, sorry, I didn't know where she asked. What feedback did you get from the draft guys, and how have you tried to apply that in the summer and all that kind of stuff?
All the feedback that I got, it was very important for me just because, like coming back, I knew it was going to be like more of a leadership thing, and that's like all of the feedback that I got, being more of a leader, just trying to see can I, run a team at a young age, and, just being more of a communicator and talking more to my teammates. And I'm pretty sure, like, I've been doing a good job at that. Coach Oates, he really gets on me about that a lot. So really just trying to develop more in that role right there and just trying to get comfortable with it.
Even more important you always have 10 new teammates, it seems like, right? You're the holdover, one of them. Even more important with that, right?
Yeah, all the teammates we got, they're mostly new or, some incoming freshmen. I'm pretty sure, like, those guys, they listen to me at a, very high rate, and they believe what I say. So just seeing that, it's been a good thing ever since I got back, and, being able to lead those guys been so fun.
What part of your skill set, Labaron, have you worked on the most to get better going into your sophomore year?
I would say, shooting, three-point shooting, mostly just because, I think that's an area where I needed to grow last season. And like I said, being more of a leadership, not even, just basketball skill set, just outside of that.
Was the feedback you got from the NBA, was part of that they wanted to see more of you as an outside shooter?
I would say, yeah, basically more of that. A lot of these teams, when I was going through the process, they knew I could shoot the ball, but, I didn't really shoot it that great, last season. But, this season I'm looking forward to, showing more and more people that I can really shoot the ball.
Have you done anything at all to change your shot, or are we just talking about more reps and more shots going on?
I would say none necessarily in the changing ways. I didn't have to do nothing to my shot. It's really more just about confidence and knowing when to take the right, off the dribble or catch and shoot shot. So.
And of your new teammates, like the freshman, who's the guy that we need to really watch for?
I would say Amari Allen. He's a strong point guard, and he's like 6'6" as a point guard. As a freshman, that's like really, really good. I mean, he bothered a lot of guys, just because the way, the length he has and the height he has, and he gets to the paint really well. And one thing that I didn't know is like he can really shoot the ball at a high percent. So.